Hey everyone, how's it going? Thanks so much for tuning in. Today we're going to be taking an in-depth look at the 2025 Hyundai IONIQ 6 Limited All-Wheel Drive. As with all of my reviews, I'm going to cover all of the ins and outs and take this thing on a thorough drive. Of course, there's a whole lot of stuff to cover, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. First introduced for the 2023 model year, the IONIQ 6 marks a strategic departure not just from its sibling, the IONIQ 5, but from the typical electric vehicle blueprint. While most automakers continue to favor high-riding crossovers, Hyundai took a different route with a purpose-built EV sedan that focuses on aerodynamic efficiency. It shares the same electric global modular platform as the IONIQ 5 and the Kia EV6, offering a long 116.1-inch wheelbase, skateboard-style battery architecture, and support for both single and dual motor setups, along with 800-volt charging capability for ultra-fast recharging. Compared to the more upright and utility-focused IONIQ 5, the 6 is lower, longer, and optimized for high-speed efficiency, making it Hyundai's direct answer to the Tesla Model 3, Polestar 2, and the BMW i4. Where the IONIQ 6 truly sets itself apart is in its drag reduction strategy. Hyundai claims an impressive drag coefficient as low as 0.22, achieved through comprehensive airflow management. Low nose, active front air flaps, wheel gap reducers, front underbody shielding, a tapered rear with an integrated elliptical spoiler, and rear corner separation traps. Even the wheel arch gaps are shaped to reduce airflow disruption. As a result, range varies from 240 to 342 miles depending on trim and drivetrain. Thanks to its 800-volt electrical system, the IONIQ 6 supports rapid DC fast charging, allowing a 10 to 80% charge in as little as 18 minutes with a 350 kilowatt charger. It also features vehicle-to-load capability, allowing external devices to draw power from the battery via an adapter. Visually, the IONIQ 6 differs quite a bit from the IONIQ 5, intentionally. Hyundai doesn't apply a uniform look across its EVs. Instead, each model is designed around its intended purpose. Inspired by the prophecy concept, the IONIQ 6 adopts a streamliner silhouette with smooth surfaces and minimal ornamentation. Over 700 parametric pixels are integrated throughout, in the headlamps, tail lamps, high-mounted brake light, sensors, trim, and more, helping define the IONIQ brand's digital identity. Among mid-size EV sedans, the IONIQ 6 stands out for offering a competitive mix of range, efficiency, and charging speed at a lower price point than many rivals. The Tesla Model 3 still leads in charging infrastructure and market awareness, but lacks the IONIQ 6's 800-volt architecture and distinctive design. The Polestar 2 delivers strong performance but rides on a shorter wheelbase and offers less rear seat comfort. The BMW i4 is the more performance-oriented of the bunch, but it is pricier and built on a legacy internal combustion engine platform. The IONIQ 6, by contrast, is a clean-sheet EV with no gas-powered equivalent, engineered from the ground up to prioritize aero efficiency, driving range, and visual identity. For 2025, the IONIQ 6 carries over unchanged, aside from the addition of a head-up display on the Limited trim. It's available in 4 trims: SE Standard Range, which is rear-wheel drive only, and SE, SEL, and Limited, the latter 3 offered with either rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Base pricing, including destinations, spans from $39,095 to $52,345. The Limited is available in 6 colors. This example is finished in curated silver, which is a no-cost option. Interior choices include black or dark green with gray H-Tex upholstery. The Limited trim comes standard with a single motor rear-wheel drive setup rated at an estimated 291 miles of range. For $3,500 more, you can opt for a dual-motor all-wheel drive configuration, but it does lower your range to 270 miles. The Limited does not offer standalone options aside from accessories like carpeted floor mats, cargo organizers, and a V2L adapter. As configured, with all-wheel drive and carpeted mats, this example carries an MSRP of $55,860. The IONIQ 6 is available with a couple of wheel styles. The SE standard range and both the rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive SE trims are fitted with aerodynamic 18 by 7.5 inch alloy wheels with machined faces and black painted pockets. They're wrapped in 225/55 all-season tires. The SEL and Limited upgrade to more intricately styled 20 by 8.5 inch multi-spoke wheels that feature machined spokes and black painted pockets. They're wrapped in 245/40 Pirelli all-season tires. Even over rough pavement or highway expansion joints, road noise is minimal with the larger wheels. Wind noise is also well controlled, thanks to the car's sleek shape and flush matted details like the door handles and underbody cladding. The braking system features 12.8 inch ventilated discs in the front and 12.8 inch solid discs in the rear. They're all paired with single piston calipers. The electronic brake booster offers consistent, responsive braking feel. The parking brake is electronic. To manually toggle it on or off, there's a switch on the left side of the dash. There's also an auto hold feature that can be activated by a button in the center console. Braking performance is strong, with stopping distances from 60 miles an hour taking an average of 126 feet. Hyundai even gives you the ability to adjust brake response and feel via the infotainment system between normal and sport modes. Like other Hyundai EVs, the IONIQ 6 offers a multi-level regenerative braking system, which you control using the paddles behind the steering wheel. These paddles let you cycle through 4 regen levels, from coasting like freewheeling to full one-pedal driving. Once you get used to it, the one-pedal driving becomes a very intuitive way to manage deceleration and recapture energy. There's also a smart regeneration mode, which you activate by holding one of the paddles for a few seconds. It automatically adjusts the regen level based on traffic conditions and vehicle speed. The battery pack is flat and spans the entire length of the vehicle floor. By placing the pack low and central to the vehicle's structure, it certainly improves interior space, but it also does a lot for improving handling due to lowering the vehicle's center of gravity. This is not intended to be a sports car necessarily, but it is a lot of fun on the back roads, especially with the near-instant torque that EVs are known for. The suspension is fully independent, with McPherson struts in front and a 5-link setup in the rear. On the road, the car not only handles well, but it rides well too. It definitely has a sportier feel behind the wheel than the IONIQ 5. The suspension soaks up the bumps nicely, but it is firm enough to feel sporty. It's a nice, well-balanced ride. The steering features electric power assistance with a motor mounted directly to the steering rack. While there's not much feel to it, it is quick and responsive, with excellent precision, making it even more fun in the curves. It takes 2.67 turns to go from lock to lock and has an overall ratio of 14.26 to 1. The turning diameter measures 39.4 feet. The steering wheel is adjustable for tilt and reach, has a flat-bottom design, and is leather-wrapped. It incorporates a plethora of controls in the upper spokes to operate the radio, hands-free telephone system, driver's information system, cruise control, and some of the driver assistance features. The logo in the middle of the steering wheel, which represents an H in Morse code, integrates LED indicators for active safety system feedback, drive mode selection, charging status, and more. The steering wheel is manually adjustable for tilt and reach. On the Limited, it's also heated. The digital instrument cluster behind the wheel includes multiple display options. It can show drive mode graphics, navigation prompts, trip data, and a real-time power flow meter. When active safety features are in use, like adaptive cruise or lane following, you'll see a simplified augmented reality style visualization that helps keep key info within your line of sight. Another cool feature, exclusive to the Limited, is the blind spot view monitor, a system that displays a live camera feed of the adjacent lane in the instrument cluster when a turn signal is activated. A new head-up display has also been added to the Limited for 2025, which beams critical drive info up onto the windshield to promote more eyes-forward driving. The IONIQ 6 is available with a range of drive motors to fit the needs of pretty much anyone. At its heart is an energy-dense lithium-ion battery pack with a nickel-cobalt-manganese chemistry that's available in two sizes, 53 kWh and 77.4 kWh. The low-mounted underfloor pack gives energy to both rear-wheel drive and dual-motor all-wheel drive electric motor layouts with varying horsepower at the front and rear axles for impressive traction and stability. The 53 kWh battery pack is only available on the SE standard range and is paired to a 111 kW rear motor. The standard setup produces 149 horsepower and delivers about 240 miles of range. The larger 77.4 kWh battery pack can be coupled to two motor layouts, either a 168 kW single rear motor or a dual motor setup that features a 74 kW front motor and a 165 kW rear motor. The dual motor setup gives the IONIQ 6 all-wheel drive capability and produces a combined output of 320 horsepower and a whopping 446 pound-feet of torque. With the near instantaneous torque, the IONIQ 6 delivers a thrilling driving experience. Evasive maneuvers like passing on the highway are easier than ever thanks to the awesome throttle response and plenty of on-demand power. With the dual motor configuration, the IONIQ 6 can accelerate from a standstill to 60 miles an hour in about 4.6 seconds. With the 77.4 kWh battery pack and the single rear motor, you get 225 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque, of course rear-wheel drive, and a maximum driving range of 342 miles. The dual motor SE has a maximum driving range of 316 miles. Rear-wheel drive SELs and Limiteds max out at 291 miles, while the all-wheel drive SELs and Limiteds have 270 miles of range. Top speed is electronically governed to 115 miles per hour. The transmission is a fixed ratio single-speed reduction gear system that's built into the electric motors themselves. Placing the car into gear, so to speak, is done so by the shift-by-wire controller on the right of the steering column. You simply put your foot on the brake and rotate the controller forward to engage drive, backward for reverse, or hold it halfway in the middle to engage neutral. Park is engaged by the button at the end of the controller. On the bottom left of the steering wheel, there's a drive mode button that lets you quickly scroll through three modes: Eco, Comfort, and Sport. Hold down the drive mode button to engage snow mode. The digital instrument cluster changes its layout based on the mode selected. It's very futuristic looking, especially with sport mode activated. Within the infotainment system, you have additional options. You can adjust braking feel and bring up a custom drive mode where you can toggle things to your liking, such as power output, acceleration sensitivity, steering feel, and driveline behavior. Throttle response was the most notable difference between the standard drive modes. An included active sound design feature gives you the option to turn on a spaceship-like sound within the cabin. The sound's behavior changes based on driving style and what level you have it set at. Like I mentioned, the IONIQ 6 offers standard 800-volt charging capability, but it can also accommodate 400-volt charging without the need for additional components or adapters. The multi-charging system is the world's first patented technology that operates the motor and inverter to boost 400 volt to 800 volt for stable charging compatibility. With a typical fast charger, the IONIQ 6 can charge from 10 to 80% in just 18 minutes. That goes for either of the available battery packs. With the larger battery pack in particular, using the standard 10.9 kilowatt onboard charger, a full charge can be completed in about 6 hours and 55 minutes using level 2 charging, which requires having an appropriately rated 240 volt outlet installed wherever the car will be parked. That time I think is perfectly reasonable considering it can be plugged in and left to charge overnight to be ready first thing in the morning. A regular 120 volt household outlet is not a viable charging option as they don't deliver enough current, resulting in significantly longer charge times. Of course, real-world charge times will vary based on the battery's starting state of charge, the battery's overall condition, output of the charger, vehicle settings, and outside temperature. In my experience, the IONIQ 6's estimated driving range was right on par, but depending on how much you're using the air conditioning, what fan speed you have set, what drive mode you're in, and general electrical draw from using the car's other accessories, your overall range can vary. The lid for the charge port is at the back of the car on the passenger side and is power operated. There's even an LED charge status indicator. The IONIQ 6's battery packs are relatively lightweight and, like I said, mounted down low in the body to further increase cabin space and lower the car's center of gravity. A separate cooling block structure helps make the battery pack more compact. This fully loaded tester has an approximate curb weight of 4,616 pounds, which about 1,056 pounds of that is the battery pack. The IONIQ 6 also provides an innovative V2L function, which stands for Vehicle to Load. It allows customers to freely use or charge any electric devices such as electric bicycles, scooters, or camping equipment. It basically can serve as a power station on wheels with 1.9 kilowatt of peak power using a standard 120 volt household outlet. The V2L function is enabled using an available accessory adapter and goes into the outside charging port. The Limited trim provides a second 120 volt outlet at the base of the rear seat cushion in the middle for charging laptops, phones, and other devices. The cocoon-shaped interior serves as both a comfortable hideaway and personal space that's packed with practical features and a unique, futuristic design that's clean and functional. Overall, the car feels very well put together. During my week of driving, I never noticed any creaks or rattles. It feels very solid. It's super quiet and there's plenty of soft touch points. The electric platform enabled the designers to stretch the interior, front and rear, to create optimized legroom and spaciousness for the front and rear passengers, despite its streamlined shape. The platform also allowed for a completely flat floor, which makes for an impressive amount of overall interior space. The user-centric interior architecture is exemplified by an ergonomically designed control unit that's centrally located to reduce distraction and spur safe, intuitive driving. The SE trims are fitted with cloth upholstery, while the SEL and Limited upgrade to H-Tech synthetic leather, which is so soft and supple you'd swear it was genuine. An 8-way power driver's seat with lumbar is standard on all trims. The Limited is the only trim to have a powered passenger seat, which also features 8-way adjustments and lumbar adjustment. Heated front seats are standard on all trims, except for the SE standard range. Other exclusive Limited extras include ventilated front seats and an integrated memory system for the driver's seat. The front seats are quite comfortable and supportive. Unlike the IONIQ 5, the driver's seat is not offered with a laid-back relaxation function. The modular digital dashboard integrates a 12-inch full-touch infotainment display and a 12-inch digital instrument cluster. The bridge-type center console provides convenient and generous in-car storage. Underneath the console, you have a huge open area that can accommodate a couple of small bags. Across the top, there's a wireless phone charger at the front, which is an exclusive feature to the SEL and Limited, as well as a USB-A port, followed by 2 cup holders, a small tray, and a large compartment at the rear underneath the padded armrest. Within the compartment, you'll find 2 USB-C ports. Many of the controls that would typically be found on the door panels are positioned in the middle of the center console, including the power windows and locks. The power mirrors are found on the left side of the dash next to the park and brake switch. This leads to an exceptionally clean and streamlined door design, further highlighted by unique detailing and ambient lighting that glows at night. Speaking of, the design of the ambient lighting gives the interior a lounge-like experience at night. You can customize it from the infotainment system with a choice of 64 colors and the ability to have 2 colors simultaneously. At the base of the doors, there's wide pockets and bottle holders. The glove box is also generous. It's not lockable, but the lid is damped. The 2-tier design can fit a lot of stuff. A premium Bose audio system is standard on the Limited, featuring 8 speakers including a subwoofer. With the excellent interior insulation and acoustics, this is honestly one of the best sounding setups I've heard in quite some time for something relatively mainstream. The other trims have a more basic 6-speaker audio system. A dual-zone automatic HVAC system is standard. A heat pump is also included except on the SE standard range. The HVAC system is operated from the touch control panel in the center stack or from the infotainment system. The touch control panel is a neat detail and looks good, but it doesn't offer haptic feedback, so adjustments can be a bit of a guess unless you take your eyes off the road for a moment. I found myself using the infotainment controls mainly as they're easy to use and see. The infotainment system itself is super responsive and features high-resolution graphics with a capacitive touch interface just like a smartphone. It's a low glare display too, which is nice. If taking a trip, the navigation system provides real-time travel radius mapping based on the current state of charge, while the connected car services also help search and plan the route to best include a charging station along the way if needed. Many menus allow for split-screen functionality, so you can customize what information you want displayed at any given time. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard on all trims, but they require a wired connection. Bluetooth multi-connection support is also available, so 2 devices can be paired at the same time, one for phone calls and one for streaming audio. For those times where you're sitting idle and feel like relaxing for a bit, there's a Sounds of Nature ambient system that offers a variety of calming themes so you can create a peaceful retreat. Of course, you also have your typical media features like AM/FM radio, satellite radio, and USB connectivity. Additional cool features of the infotainment system include the ability to make voice memos, activate a valet mode, turn on a quiet mode, which disables rear seat sound and limits the overall volume, and a variety of BlueLink features, such as weather updates and more. The IONIQ 6 supports the latest version of Hyundai Digital Key. Digital Key 2 Touch allows owners to leave their car key at home and use an iPhone, Apple Watch, or Samsung Galaxy smartphone to lock, unlock, and start the vehicle. After the car key has been added to Apple Wallet or Samsung Pass, users can simply hold the supported device near the door handle to lock or unlock the car. Touching an Apple Watch near or placing the phone in the wireless charger and then pressing the start button allows the driver to start the IONIQ 6. Apple Wallet or Samsung Pass also allows secure sharing of keys with family and friends. Over-the-air updates are included, as is a Wi-Fi hotspot. The IONIQ 6's dynamic voice recognition system accepts simple voice commands to conveniently control cabin AC, radio, hatch opening and closing, heated steering wheel, heated and cooled seats, and other functions. The system can also assist with various points of interest, weather status, and stock market data updates. The IONIQ 6 comes packed with one of the most well-rounded safety and driver assistance packages in its class. Even at the base SE trim, you're getting a strong suite of standard features designed to actively support the driver and help prevent accidents before they happen. These include forward collision avoidance assist with pedestrian and cyclist detection, blind spot collision avoidance assist, rear cross traffic collision avoidance assist, lane keeping assist, lane following assist, driver attention warning, high beam assist, speed limit assist, and highway driving assist. Parking distance warning is also included for both the front and rear, making tight spots and low-speed maneuvers much less stressful. Stepping up to the Limited trim enhances those capabilities even further. In addition to rain-sensing windshield wipers, you get a surround view monitor that offers a full 360-degree top-down view of the car's surroundings, especially helpful in parking lots or when navigating around tight obstacles. The blind spot view monitoring system is also standard on the Limited, projecting a live camera feed into the instrument cluster whenever you signal a lane change. It's an intuitive and effective way to eliminate the guesswork of checking over your shoulder, especially in dense traffic. Highway Driving Assist 2 is included on the SEL and Limited. It expands on the standard system by also including automatic lane change assist. New for 2025, the IONIQ 6 Limited now features a high-tech head-up display with augmented reality. This system transforms part of the windshield into an information-rich display, projecting essential data such as turn-by-turn navigation, lane guidance, current speed, and safety alerts nearly 4 feet ahead of the driver's line of sight. The result is a clearer, more focused driving experience, letting you absorb key information without ever having to take your eyes off the road. When it comes to passive safety, Hyundai doesn't take shortcuts. The IONIQ 6 includes dual front airbags, driver and front passenger side impact airbags, and side curtain airbags that extend protection to both front and rear passengers. It also features rollover sensors that automatically deploy the curtain airbags in the event of a potential rollover, adding an extra layer of occupant protection. Overall, the IONIQ 6 doesn't just check the boxes, it takes a proactive approach to safety, blending smart design with thoughtful technology to help drivers stay more alert, aware, and protected on every drive. Slide into the back seat, and it's immediately clear that a lot of attention went into making this space feel calm, comfortable, and more spacious than the car's sleek exterior might suggest. Despite the coupe-like roofline, the interior packaging is smartly done, minimizing the usual compromises that come with a dramatic silhouette. Rear legroom is surprisingly generous. There's plenty of space to stretch out, and the absence of a central floor hump means even the middle passenger isn't fighting for footroom. While the center seat is still best suited for shorter trips, 3 adults across the back is doable without feeling overly cramped. Headroom is a bit tighter, especially for taller passengers. It's worth noting that, if equipped with a sunroof, headroom for the rear seat passengers does not diminish. It does a bit for the front, but you're not likely to notice. The seat cushions are mounted low enough to help offset the sloped roof. The rear seat backs also offer a relaxed recline angle with good thigh support, helping maintain overall comfort even on longer drives. Material quality in the rear holds up well to the front. Soft touch trim extends into the rear doors, and on higher trims like the Limited, you'll find upscale details like ambient lighting and premium upholstery that gives the cabin a clean, modern feel. Rear passengers get their own air vents, 2 USB-C charging ports, and large door bins for storing smaller items. There's even a dedicated place to put your phone. The back of each front seat includes a storage pocket, adding to the overall practicality. Child seat installation is made easy thanks to well-positioned latch anchors and wide-opening rear doors. Rear visibility from the inside is somewhat limited by the narrow rear window and thick rear pillars, but Hyundai compensates with all of the aforementioned driver assistance and camera tech. In the end, the IONIQ 6's rear seat area delivers a strong mix of style and practicality. It's not just along for the ride, it's clearly been designed as a usable, comfortable space for daily commuting or longer road trips. If you're worried about rear seat compromises due to the car's sporty profile, rest assured, Hyundai's managed to find a smart balance between form and function. Despite its sharply sloped rear deck, the IONIQ 6 still offers a surprisingly practical trunk. All trims come standard with Hyundai's hands-free smart trunk release system, which makes accessing the cargo area much more convenient, especially if your arms are full. As long as the key fob is on your person, simply standing behind the car for a few seconds is enough to trigger the trunk to open automatically. There's no need to wave your foot under the bumper or press any buttons. If you'd prefer not to use this feature, it can be easily disabled through the infotainment system. Cargo capacity is rated at 11.2 cubic feet. While that number might seem modest on paper, especially compared to the IONIQ 5, the space is well designed. The trunk opening is wide, the load floor is flat, and the overall layout makes it surprisingly usable for everyday items like groceries, carry-on luggage, backpacks, or even a compact stroller. Hyundai also offers a variety of accessories to help keep things neat and protected, including a cargo tray, cargo net, side storage bins, a rear bumper applique, and more. To further expand usable space, the IONIQ 6 comes with 60/40 split folding rear seat backs. You can fold down one or both sections to carry longer or bulkier items while still leaving room for a rear passenger. Conveniently located release latches near the trunk opening make the process quick and frustration-free, so you don't have to reach into the cabin or struggle with awkward angles. 4 built-in tie hooks in the trunk floor provide additional security for items that might shift during driving. The IONIQ 6 skips the traditional spare tire in favor of a tire mobility kit, which is kept in its own tote bag. The underfloor storage is perfect for stowing emergency gear or small loose items. Up front, there's also a small front trunk, even though it's more symbolic than spacious. At just about half a cubic foot in capacity, it's really only suitable for compact emergency items or a charging cable.
Well everyone, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please don't forget to leave a like down below because it really helps the videos a lot. And if you haven't subscribed already, consider doing that as well and make sure those notifications are on. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.